Hello, hello, hello. The Shrapnel, what's up, Highwinds? How you both doing? Happy Saturday. Yeah, I wasn't streaming yesterday because I had to look after the dog. But that's fine because I actually spent a bit of time actually working on Moai 2.0. I needed something to do, and it was either that or play Cult of the Lamb on the Steam Deck while everyone's busy going crazy with the new free DLC that's available on it. So I needed something to do. So yes, yeah, Cult of the Lamb is great. I've been enjoying it a lot. But yeah, I just was chilling yesterday looking after the dog because obviously someone needs to look after her while she's in her current condition. And usually my cousin comes to pick her up like about 5:30, 6, but he's actually in London for work at the moment, so I had to look after her until like 10 o'clock when my uncle came to pick her up. So no stream yesterday, of course, otherwise it would have been finished with PARANORMASIGHT yesterday, which is why we're picking it up today. But I don't think we've got a huge amount left to do, of course. Let's just get straight into it and take a look at the actual grid at the moment. Yeah, so we're actually coming up pretty close to like the end game at the moment, so there's still a fair bit to do, I think. If anything though, it's not going to take too long to get this all done. I don't actually have anything planned for after this, so I don't know how long this is going to take. It could even be just like an hour or something to get through all of the remaining like scenes. Hour and a half, something like that. So we'll see what happens after this. I might start playing whatever the next game is. I don't know what it's going to be yet. We'll have a look through my Steam library and decide. There's quite a few things that I actually have on the shortlist though. If I have a look at the backlog on Discord at the moment, which has all of the stuff that I'm planning on playing. Like, so anything that's currently on Steam includes Decarnation, which is pretty cool. Jisatsu, which is a Chiller's Art horrors game, the new one that came out, that's actually pretty cool. There's Signalist and Road Warden. Coffin and Andy and Lele should be pretty cool. I really want to play that, you know, because I've heard the story's actually really good in it. I know everyone, at least rather all the Twitter tards, have been like bitching and moaning about the actual story, but I've actually heard that the story itself is really, really well done. So I'm actually kind of interested to check that out. There's both Fear and Hunger and Fear and Hunger 2 Termina as well, and there's some other stuff on there, at least in the Spooktober shortlist, including Detention, Devotion, and Amnesia, and also Dreadout as well. And Exit It. My Spooktober shortlist is huge at the moment, because I just like sort of gather up all sorts of horror games that I come across and I'm like, oh, that looks like it could be pretty good fun, and I just shove it on the shortlist and get it ready to play. Road Warden should be pretty cool. I know it's got a lot of text, yeah, but it looks like it could be an interesting story, so I'm actually pretty keen on checking it out. Even if it's not on stream, I'll probably play it at some point anyway, because I like those kinds of games. Just the way it's presented looks good as well, though. I mean, there's also other stuff as well that's not horror themed, like Meg's Monster, which is a really short, really cute RPG that looks very Undertale, Earthboundish, like pretty adorable character sprites and stuff. But yeah, it's pretty short. I remember seeing, I think it was a HoloLive streamer playing that one, and I thought it was actually kind of adorable, so I bought it. It was like pretty cheap. I think it was like £2 or something like that. So yeah, I'll buy that. It's actually not bad. Blade Runner on PC as well. I'm not sure if I would play Blade Runner or Blade Runner Remastered, because I know Remastered had its issues, but I've heard that the most recent patches that have come out for it have actually fixed a lot of the issues, so it might actually be worth checking out again. I did buy Remastered on GOG, because I did originally buy it for Steam and then refunded it because of all the problems, and then I bought it on GOG because GOG were offering both Remastered and the original out for the same price. I was like, okay, I'll buy it off that instead. That sounds like a good idea. Catherine on PC as well, Catherine Full Body. And also Fear as well, which is pretty cool. That should technically be on the Spooktober shortlist, but since I'm currently in FPS mode at the moment, I kind of want to play it as well. So yeah, there's quite a few games. I'm not entirely sure what I would jump straight onto next, but yeah, I think at the moment I'm leaning towards Decarnation or Signalist at the moment. Although Fear and Hunger could be pretty good fun to play. And plus it's controller based as well, so I do have my controller plugged in for Paranormasight, which means it shouldn't be too difficult to transition straight into that. But we'll decide on that when we get around to it. So we need to actually finish playing this first. Also, you know, still got that tongue also. Thanks for the bits. I don't think my my alerts went off, did I? I didn't hear them. Let me just reload the frickin' thing, because I didn't actually hear the bit alerts go off, but that's fine. Thank you very much for the bits anyway, I did see them. Much appreciated. But yeah, we haven't got a huge amount left to do in this game. I definitely think this branch... Wait a minute. This branch here isn't ending, and I think I know what the actual branch is, because I remember after you finish talking to Araishi, you bump into Yotaro outside, and he asks you to, you know, come to the bridge to talk to him. But in this case, I went back to the school, so I think maybe the branch is, you know, actually speaking to Yotaro, which I get the feeling could lead to a bad end for him, considering that what's her name? Michio's spirit manifested like immediately when she saw him like in the streets, so that could be pretty interesting. Then they've got these endings here and there as well. There's a couple more here to do, last resort, preparing for battle. There's still a couple more to do, and then there's this one for the detective as well. This bad end, obviously, we failed to capture him, but this ending, like at this point here, continues on, I think, because we actually do find him dead in the park, which is kind of hilarious, and also he deserves it. Yeah, of course, Mayu is best girl. But yeah, there's not a huge amount left, I would think. It's a bit of a shame that Shogo's like story ends so abruptly, because we don't even know what happened to Yoko either. I mean, she got home, of course, but it still says curse bearer ? So it's like, is she still lurking around? I don't think she will be. Be funny if she did. But I think that's almost everything that's needed to be seen here. Yeah, so we've got all the culture and society stuff. There's still... oh, no, we've got all of the mysteries. And I think all of the paranormal phenomena and curses. Yeah. It's a gameplay guide. Yeah, so we've got everything here. So I think we're pretty much good for almost done. Obviously, Mockingbirds is the last thing that we need to do. I mean, the Mockingbirds probably don't seem to be that bad to find, considering they do give you clues in order to find them. I mean, look up at the first house, for example. It's like, what the hell's that? Among the Morning Green is probably park related, I guess. Telephone booth, the ring telephone booth, so that's probably in the detectives story branch, where the phone rings and he speaks to the serial killer. The excited detective, not entirely sure. Probably the detective's line, but not sure when that would be. Waiting at the intersection, no idea what that would be. Revisiting the park at night, that could be anything. There's quite a few there though. I'm sure they'll be interesting to unlock anyway. Nice that it gives you the log here as well. What were we on? I think we're on Michio. No, we're on Yako's route, weren't we? So, all right. So preparing for battle. Let's prepare for battle. I don't know if I'll go for all of the Mockingbirds on stream. It's something I'll probably do off stream just to get it out the way. But we will try and at least get all of the endings, at least somewhat naturally, and then if we suspect that there's still like a couple more, I'll probably look up the last one. Anyway, let's go to prepare for battle. Together with Yoshimi's fiancée Mayu, Yaku and Mio report all they've learned so far to Tsutsumi and the others. Putting all their stories together, they can see their final objective at long last. Mr. Tsutsumi, this is Mayo Chozawa. Ah, so you're the one. The Tsumida police was looking for you. Glad to see you're alright. Sorry, I should have told someone I was okay. I was just so pissed off. Falling right into Hihaku's hands, I got myself into some deep shit. Hihaku seem like they're still up to something. We'll have to make sure they clean up the act once and for all. Get it? Because they sell soap? Oh god. Nice one, boss. You're really on top of your game today. Stop trying to make me feel better. I shouldn't have said anything. More importantly, Mayu, thank you for your cooperation with Yoshimi. We'll get to the bottom of it, I promise. Oh, you must be Detective Ario. I heard a lot about you from Hajime. Be counting on you. Catch whoever did this, no matter what. Right, so... browse? Interesting, not a single thing here. Do I have to talk to all of them? They're all but finished investigating the crime scene, and the police have mostly left, but they're letting us use the school as our base of communications as per Inspector Tsutsumi's request. So that's just surroundings, isn't it? I was actually trying to click think there. Feels like we're finally coming up on the moment of truth. I don't know what will happen when we put their talismans together and obtain the Record of Fate's Yin Scroll. Do we actually get it in this chapter? Detective Aero was nice enough to get us something to drink earlier. Seeing a detective take time for little things like that helps put my mind at ease a little. Okay. Come to think of it, did old man Ashimiya end up getting away? Ugh, so word's already out, huh? He was cornered but managed to take a hostage and escape, is what I heard on the radio. What happened after that? So that's all they're reporting. Here's what really happened. He was killed? And the hostage with Tsutsumi's daughter, whose whereabouts are still unknown? Yep, his daughter showing up was a huge surprise. Even Boss couldn't believe it. Damn it, the hell do you expect? No one could have seen that coming. But there's already an emergency search underway for us, a key witness and suspect. I'll be rejoining the search for her after we're done here. Key witness and suspect. But wasn't she a hostage? Could she have killed Nejima and fled the scene? Well, it's just a possibility. Ugh. If we're talking possibilities, might as well tell them everything. Very likely that Nejima was killed by a curse stone. What? By a curse bearer? Oh, it's already evening, so the effect of the Feast of Shadows would be starting to return. Yeah, which makes it likely that a curse was used to kill him. Boss, you're repeating yourself. Try to calm down for a sec. But that would mean the inspector's daughter is probably a curse bearer, right? Huh? Did you say something? Maybe I'm losing my hearing in my old age. Boss, you can hear just fine. Don't play the old man card every time you want to get out of something. We even talked about how she might have the Taiko of Tsugaru if that's the case. Did we? My memory's a little hazy. You've got a soft spot for your daughter, don't you, Inspector? Grrr. Just hits a little too close to home now. Well, your one as well, you know. But either way, we have to find her as soon as possible. Why, we'll be joining the search as soon as we're done here. One more thing, there's a very good chance that his daughter has Michio Shiraishi's talisman. All the more reason for you to get back to that search. Best of luck. The hell has she gotten herself into? Right, so that's Ario's open. Right, he's making jokes and stuff at a time like this because he doesn't want to stress us out. Wonder if he's able to stay so calm because of experience, or if he's just that kind of person. Ah, I heard you had a curse stone too. Yeah, I should give it to you then, right? Those things really are a pain in the ass. I'm glad you hand it over to before it starts giving me any crazy ideas. So this is the beckoning light, huh? Alright, safe and sound with me. Sorry you won't be able to bring him back. Don't worry about it, he and I were always prepared for the worst anyway. What the? What's wrong? Damn! The trigger for the beckoning light's curses is some serious shit. Yeah, I thought so too. That's why I said it'd give me weird ideas. See what I mean now? How's it work? I'll leave you a note you can read later. We have more important things to worry about now. Right. Mr. Tsutsumi. Does that make it 5 curse stones that you've gathered now? Should be. I want to get the other 4 under wraps as soon as we can. Yeah, because there's 9, not 7. Let's see. I have no idea about the Whispering Canal. Someone made off with a one-sided reed which Nejima had. Yeah, damn shame. After that you said earlier that the Taiko of Tsugaru might be with your daughter, Inspector? Well, let's set that one aside for now. So, we can assume that curse bearers are still prowling around out there with those ones. What a headache. Hopefully we can find them soon. Yeah, because if you're not aware, the beckoning light is actually probably the most dangerous one out of all of them. Because you can actually kill people with their curses. Yes, any curse bearer can be killed by their own curse with it, which is pretty nasty when you think about it. So it has like any kind of activation depending on who you're speaking to. Pretty cool. Mayu rushed to Hitomi's place and back for us. She's been trying to appear calm, but I'm sure she must still be in shock. Oh, Mayu, did you meet with Hitomi? Yeah, I met her at the spot I was told. She was acting tough, but I think the incident with Hajime has her really shaken up. I briefly explained our situation and how to give Hajime's talisman to me. Hey, yeah, this is what you're looking for, right? So that's the Yang talisman. So the other one's Yin, is it? Yes, I believe that's it. Thank you so much. Mr. Tsutsumi, about this... Right, you should hold on to it, Mio. Not like we could use it as it is. Try to figure out what we'll need to do once we get both halves together. Understood. I'll see what I can do. I don't have the... Oh, I don't have the ability to view it, do I? Do you know where the other talisman is? Yes, probably. This is Hajime's last job. Finish it for him, okay? We will. Okay. Guess this is the end of his family line too, huh? All the people who inherited that talisman before him are already all gone. Not sure why, but I feel fired up. Feels like we're close to the moment of truth. I think Mio feels the same. Oh, Mr. Tsutsumi. I received a message from Paranormal Affairs earlier. It wasn't from Nakagoshi, but I had someone look into something for me. So even the desk jockeys are lending a hand. Brings a tear to your eye. So what they say? Right, about the Onmyoji woman who was in Edo at the time of the Honjo incident. She was a person of great beauty and discerning taste, but also shamelessly did whatever she wanted. Seemed to match the person seen in the resentful memory for the foot-washing mansion. Huh, so she must be the one who fought with Seiman over the right. And they found that her name was Ashino. Ashino, huh? What else? That's all. It's not much help. Oh, but apparently she was quite the powerful Onmyoji. And she died bearing a similarly powerful resentment. It's possible that she became a vengeful spirit with a connection to the 7 mysteries. Vengeful spirit? If any descendants of Ashino or other people otherwise closely aligned with her live today, there's a possibility that spirit awakened and possessed them. Yeah, you mentioned before that spirits can possess people who are closely in sync with them. Though this, of course, doesn't mean the spirit houses a complete personality. Her resentment and her spirit power, those are the parts of her that would have the strongest influence. Since Seiman's descendants are still around in the present, it wouldn't be surprising if Ashino's were too. They might just be desk jockeys, but they wouldn't give us this info if it was only speculation. They must have found some amount of evidence looking into abnormal phenomena or things like that. Oh, Feast of Shadows. There it is, or abnormal phenomenon. Mio, what do you mean? Person who initiated the curse this time, who we've been calling the Mastermind, they might be possessed by the vengeful spirit of the Onmyoji named Ashino, the enemy of Seiman. Do we have any idea who they could be or where to find them? Like, if you looked at them, Mio, would you be able to tell right away? Like how I didn't realize that Michio had fused with your consciousness, Yako. Common spirits will leak spirit energy left and right, so I can notice them just by looking carefully. But when spirits of a high caliber fuse with someone's consciousness, detecting them isn't so simple. Oh. Sorry, my skills still need a lot of work, and I don't have anything else to offer. Mio, that's not true at all, you're fine. We'll make this work somehow or other. Thanks. So who's remaining? Yoko, we haven't seen it anywhere. Haruwe, possible, but I don't think so. Richter, I doubt it. Tetsu, definitely not. Jun, definitely not. Hajime is dead. Mayu isn't. Yako, probably not. Well, definitely not. Mio, definitely not. Michio is dead. Hitomi. Doubtful. Kohei, nope. He's dead anyway. Makoto, dead. Raishi, nope. Dead. Arrested. Ayame, still at large. Takumi, doubtful. Natsue, probably. Must be her. It has to be her, I think. My guess, anyway. Basically, I believe the mastermind behind everything is a woman possessed by the vengeful spirit of the Onmyoji Ashino. I see. Is the mastermind also the one who killed Hajime, trying to get the record of Fate's Yin Scroll? Yes, I think that's very likely. That's how it is, huh? Then I want you to catch them no matter what. Now, is that everything we needed to chat about? If you don't need anything else, we'll be going back to the search. There actually is one thing. Oh, what's that? Just completely hypothetically. Hypothetically, what if the inspector's daughter was the mastermind? Ayame could have done it, yeah. I mean, she's a woman. Seems like she was after the talismans. Sorry, don't really understand what you mean. Boss, come on, we gotta look at the facts. But that would mean Inspector Tsutsumi would also have to be one of Ashino's descendants. Oh right, you're just a normal person, right, Inspector? Unless that's why you're so resistant to the paranormal. Don't believe I've ever heard about being related to some Onmyoji. Oh. But, well, if you put it like that, her being the mastermind, it's possible. Really? Oh, I say possible, but I mean unlikely, is what I want to think. Damn it, I don't even want to imagine it. Boss, if we're going to consider it, we have to do it properly, no dragging your heels about it. No, it's not that. There's something I never told her, never wanted to tell her. The truth is, she's not my real daughter, of course. Of course. What? 20 years ago? Well, it's a long story, but we took her in when she was just a baby. Oh my god. It's not Nejima's baby, right? Oh my good god. What's up, Takeda? So his adopted daughter is possibly Nejima's quote-unquote daughter. It's more like that reincarnation of Shino, Nejima's wife. So that explains why she's so devious and possibly murderous. Which kind of amuses me when you think about it, because if it's possible that Ayame killed Nejima to get away from him, she probably already knew that Nejima was quote-unquote her father. Do you know anything about her birth parents? You could say I do, I guess, but really I don't know anything. What's that supposed to mean? I don't get it. Ario, you heard what I said, didn't you? Just now? About 20 years ago? No, boss, that can't be! Nejima's? That's right. When we arrested Fumichika Nejima, there was a baby at his house on the brink of death. That was my daughter, Ayame Tsutsumi. She goes by Ayame Tono now. What? Someone had to take care of her. Her baby holds no blame for the circumstances she came from. But boss, according to Nejima, that baby, it's his former lover reincarnated using black magic. What? Personally, I think that story is bullshit. According to Nejima... My goodness, it's hard to believe from Nejima's behavior, but could it really be true? Got a few doubts. We have to question whether the Shino woman ever really existed in the first place. There are no records of her, no body was found, her name never came up once during the investigation. Even if this woman really existed, I'm skeptical that someone could be reincarnated as a baby through black magic. I agree, no matter how you look at it, a spell with that effect is hard to believe. Even the supernatural has rules that must be followed. Seems more likely he's deluded himself, not wanting to recognize that a spell he risked his life on failed to work. That's my thinking too. The more natural conclusion is that the baby is his and Shino's, and that she died in childbirth. As long as we don't know Shino's origins, we have to consider the possibility that she could be a descendant of Ashino. I mean, the name checks out, doesn't it? Ashino? Shino? If nothing else, the names are pretty similar. Yeah, you thought so too, Mayu, right? Okay, assuming all of that is true for a moment, Ayame getting taken away by Nejima and then killing him, that would mean she killed her own father. Calm down, this is all still conjecture. But now that Nejima is dead, we have no means to investigate. Well, blood samples and DNA testing could work. So regardless of everything, there's only one thing that matters. She's my daughter. As a parent, I'm responsible for her. Nothing can change that. I understand. Alright, we should get back to the search. We'll find her and clear up all of this. Yes, sir! Talisman you young ladies are looking for has something to do with this as well. I'd appreciate it if you could help us find it. So if anything happens, please call the police. We will. I'm worried about Hitomi, so I'm going to head to where she is. We're waiting to hear some good news from you all. So that one's that done. Should I go and finish this one off first? Yes. Let's very quickly do this because I think it's an ending. Excuse me, you girls over there. Whoa. Sorry, I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but something you said caught my attention. And who might you be? I'm Yutaro Namigaki. I should probably tell you. Until yesterday I was a curse bearer. That should clear things up. The bender. A curse bearer? Oh, you don't need to be scared. I've already given up the curse stone of the foot-washing mansion. Foot-washing mansion. So you're the one Inspector Tsutsumi was talking about? Ah, you already know Inspector Tsutsumi? That makes this simple. There's nothing to worry about. Oh, hey. You're in the driver's seat? Yes, at this point, Michio's spirit has manifested, and she already knows it's him. Yako? Yes? Wait, what? Just now, what was I doing? I was doing something? Sorry, Mr. Namigaki, what might be the matter? Right, I actually want to discuss something with you two. Would you come with me if you have a little time? Discuss something? With us? You were talking about Michio Shiraishi, right? It's related to that. Huh? Sure you would learn a few things yourselves. If not now, later is fine. I'll be waiting around Ryogoku Bridge. Something rubs me the wrong way about this, but he mentioned Michio. What do we do? Talk to him. Well, I suppose we may as well hear what it is you have to say. This is the branch, by the way. Glad to hear it. Then shall we relocate ourselves elsewhere? Real Goku Bridge. So, what did you want to discuss with us? Let's see, how do I put this? I'll tell you straight. I want you two to use your curse stones to bring Michio Shiraishi back from the dead. What? That's why I was pursuing the rite of resurrection in the first place. Unfortunately, I had to give up my curse stone before I could succeed. But you two are curse bearers with some kind of connection to her, which means this is the perfect opportunity for me to ask you for this. Well... I'm sorry, this is also sudden. I still don't understand why you would want this. What exactly is your relationship with Michio? Look, she doesn't look impressed at all, does she? Yako/Michio. Well, we met briefly once. I was so sad to hear the news of her death the other day. Right. Well, it would be great if we could bring Michio back. But we've already decided not to use the rite of resurrection. That's so. Seems, however, that we share a goal. I wouldn't mind collecting the soul dregs for you if you gave me a curse stone, you know. We'll have to decline that as well. Our goal is to stop this curse. I see. Well, that's too bad. I suppose I have to give up on the curse stones. Where did Yako go? What's up, Tower? Thank you for your understanding. Someone's about to die. Phew, I thought he was a little suspicious, but he left without making a fuss. But why does he want to bring Michio back? Huh? Yako? Uh-oh, did you go off somewhere while we were talking? Time to die, motherfucker. I finally caught up to you. I don't know if you noticed me following you or not, but leading me to a secluded place, you've got guts. I'm sorry, but I'll be taking your curse stone. Either you hand it over or I'll have to take it by force. What? Why? Are you... No, she's here again. I don't understand. Dun dun dun. Wait, it was just an accident. I swear I didn't mean to. You are so dead it's evening as well. But that's why I was trying to bring you back. Oh. Yo. Don't tell me this is you're already dead. You're already too late. Omae wa mou shindeiru. Well, somebody's dead. Spectacle Man, what's up? I mean, you could call it a good end, maybe. Potentially good end. Another ending, at least. After this, Fumichika Nejima went on to use the power of his curse to commit mass murder, shocking the public with unprecedented tragedy. And from that day on, Yako Sakazaki was never heard from again. Ending 1. Michio's Grudge. Right, so that's that ending done. Okay. Still got a fair bit to do though. Right, this is the only one that's remaining to us. Last resort. Haruo and Richter rescue Mayu Chozawa and interrogate her along with Takumi Yomioka. Yet they fail to gain any particularly useful information about the curse bearers. They decide to return to Haruo's home when... We've received an update on the hostage situation. The 56-year-old male suspect who announced his intent to commit mass murder in Sumida City today has died. Had taken a woman hostage and gotten on the run. But was found by the police in the park in Sumida after 4 PM and confirmed dead. The weapon the suspect was said to possess was nowhere to be found on the site, and its whereabouts are currently unknown. Furthermore, the female hostage was not present and the search for her continues. Interesting. If it's being reported on the news, then that lends credence to her story. Yeah! Yame, what are you doing here? God. Can't click on anything besides Richter. Look at Nayame, jump scare, jeez. He was quite shaken just moments ago, but he seems better now. You'd think it'd be harder for him to keep us cool. Anyways, I should ask about her side of the story. Yes, you should. So, was that telephone clickable? No. Okay, fine. Hello! Wonder what her intentions are. How is she able to act like nothing happened? Is this just how girls are these days? No, that's just how she is. Well then, how should I proceed? Is this what it's like to be Russian to one's doom? Doom. Well, it's just like I said, right? Female hostage mentioned on the news just now. That must have been you. Which means you killed Nejime with your own curse stone? Yeah, well, you said you'd give me refuge, so I came to take you up on that offer. What are you planning? Me? Well, obviously, I'm on to my last resort. Your last resort, huh? Keep talking. You're a curse bearer? So you're a curse bearer with a curse stone too, right? Are you surprised? Yes, I have a curse stone of my own. It's the Taiko of Tsugaru. Then why go after other people's curse stones? Because killing people is bad, you know? Don't you think so too? I think so. You're right, it's wrong to kill people for the sake of resurrection. Right? And it's not even 1 for 1, so it's hardly a fair exchange. Either way, that's why I wanted to only use soul dregs gathered by others. But that didn't work out in the end. No one had the backbone to use their curse. The world's gone soft. With no one mercilessly using their curse in pursuit of their own goals, I had to take matters into my own hands. I heard Namigaki, that young man you were with, used his curse stone too. Huh? How did you know that? Ugh, creepy much? Are you stalking me? I may have heard it from a detective I know. Ugh, there it is. Cops. Bet you know a bunch. I know your type. People who boast just because they know a couple of cops. But the police is filled with nothing but scum. Oh-ho? My, you seem to hold quite a grudge against the Force. Speaking of, this guy's really creeping me out. What's the deal with him anyway? You gonna explain? Even the way he moves is all weird and exaggerated. Right, I haven't introduced myself yet. I'm... no, thank you. Wow, Yame, jeez. So, what were we talking about again? Oh yeah. Alright, Yutaro Namigaki. He's no good, honestly. He was such a wuss. I had to spur him on so many times for him to even use his curse, and even then he was pissing his pants. And just when I take my eyes off him, he hands over his curse stone to someone. Honestly, he's a disappointment. So that's what happened. Just why I figured I had to do it myself if I wanted it done right, you know? Yeah, zero filter on it, it's great though. It's what my last resort is, collecting soul dregs on my own. Let me introduce myself, it's hard to talk with strangers. Is it? Then are you okay telling me who you are? Well, I won't stop you, do as you please. Well, I am Haruo Shigema and this is my house. My father and husband are both with the police. Is that so? Then you know that cops are just the worst people, right? She obviously hates the police for some reason. Well, there are certainly many who are cold, especially with their own family. In a police family, one is always expected to just grin and bear it no matter what happens. God, I know, right? What a relief you understand. I think we might get along. Oh? Well, I'm glad then. And I'm Rick the Kai, private investigator. Did I ask? But, you're an investigator? So your job is to sneak around and follow people to pry into their secrets, right? Oh, is that why you keep probing with all these questions? Ew. Guess there's not much I can do to change that terrible impression you got of me. Hey lady, why are you working with this dude? I asked him to look into something for me. Really? It's just that he keeps looking this way. No filter on her at all. It's actually pretty good. Isn't your father a police officer as well? That man is not my father, not in name or deed. Sounds like there's some bad blood there. I've already legally cut all ties. He's even had the nerve to act all high and mighty today and still refused to help me. You met him today? Yes, today. Remember that Chief Tsutsumi who was chasing Nejima? Well, that's him, my quote-unquote dad. What? You're his daughter? Former daughter. I've cut ties. He's never acted like a father, so he doesn't deserve the title. You know, I heard something about that Nejima guy. Apparently he wanted to get revenge on Chief Inspector Tsutsumi for his arrest by going after his daughter. Wait, really? And I heard the police have been searching non-stop to take you into protective custody. That explains why the police were stalking out your place too. Man, how could I have known that? They came in such intimidating numbers. Wait, huh? Hold on a minute. Doesn't that mean that Nejima was specifically after my life today? That sounds about right. It's a good thing you got out unscathed, or rather managed to turn the tables on him. Oh, that means legally speaking it was self-defense. But that truly was quite frightening. To think I'd have to go through all this just for being related to a cop, it's a disgrace. It truly is, to cause your own child such trouble. I'm sorry. It's okay, you're not the one that needs to apologize, lady. I'm sorry, it just reminded me of what happened to my son. Your son? What happened? My child was also kidnapped and murdered in order to enact revenge against the police, you see. What? How awful, that's terrible, I'm sorry to hear that. Now that you say it, I do remember hearing about an incident like that last year. That must have been your son, huh? My condolences. Still saying the same stuff. Now that I think about it, although we've met a few times, I don't even know your name. I guess we're more like acquaintances now. I mean, you just introduced each other, dipstick. So when you were taken hostage by Nejima, you used the curse stone in the gardens and swiftly made your getaway? Excuse me. Hiccups. Well, yeah. I didn't really have time to think on it. At the time I only thought of how to get out of there. Then... what about now? Could you use it again, your curse stone? Well, the curse stone doesn't respond during the day, but... it's evening now. So I tried using the curse just now and yup, it seems I activated it. What? You're using it now? Might still be a little weak. I guess it's not supposed to be used repeatedly. But I think I could get it to work once more. My god, this girl. Oh, that's so. Sure is. So I'll give you a final warning. It's already started, so be careful, hmm? It started? What started? The curse, of course. All that's left is for the conditions to be fulfilled. Hmm? Calm down, Mom. If choosing a curse, one would target a curse bearer. I hadn't even considered it. Would it be possible to use my curse stone as well now? Yes. If it's already active, does that mean we'll die the second we trip her conditions? Her proclamation meant she thinks I am a curse bearer. Did she find out, or is this a trick to get me to admit it? Hmm. What's up, G? She activated her curse? The curse stones can be used already? I let my guard down. I didn't think it would be used this early in the evening. Ma'am, please calm down. What should I do? Should I keep her talking? My god! How much? Jesus. Oh, wow, okay. Give me a second, I need a drink. Jesus Christ. I get the feeling that "do you have a light on you" should not be used in any circumstances, otherwise it would give it away that we need fire. So which curse stone? No, instead of talking about that, how about we talk about why you're so shaken? Because I thought you have a curse stone too. You're a curse bearer, aren't you, lady? Dot dot dot. Ah, there we go. Huh? Did she fulfill the conditions? You sure did. Okay, it's time for a beatdown. Geez, why'd you try to hide it now of all times? I couldn't have come if you weren't a curse bearer. Okay. Ah, stop! What? Too bad. She's already dead. This is horrific. We're taking a curse stone. Whoa, huh? All the haunting clappers needed was a source of fire? That was a close one. Now then, what do you do, Mr. Investigator? Ugh. You're not a curse bearer, so I don't have any reason to kill you. But I won't show you mercy if you're going to try and capture me. So what will it be? Still don't know how a curse works. It's too risky to make a move. Your employer's already dead anyway, so there's no reason for you to go out of your way to arrest me, right? Could still do my duty as a citizen and report you, you know. Oh, what a surprise! This is when you decide to suddenly choose the side of righteousness? She was after the same thing, you know. There's no clean hands when it comes to soul dregs. Well, it looks like you don't have anything to say about that. I'll be taking my leave then. Bye-bye! Uh-huh. Upon killing Haruo Shigema, fellow curse bearer, Ayame Tono obtained more than enough soul dregs for the rite of resurrection. However, it turned out that resurrecting someone who died a long time ago required an even larger amount. To fulfill her heart's deepest desires, she'd need to harvest more. So, she waited for the sun to set for when the Feast of Shadows effects were at its peak. And she used the one-sided reed curse stone she had stolen from Fumichika Nejima. With it, she proceeded to kill all those whose personal information she knew, starting with those who mattered least to her. About the one-sided reed, kills by dismemberment, ones whose face, address, name, occupation, and location are all known by the curse bearer. Many of them are random men, gullible and disposable, drawn in by the allure of a female university student. One noteworthy victim among them was Tetsuo Tsutsumi, who, being a cursed power himself, was promptly targeted for her soul dregs. Oh, she killed her father, did she? Tsutsumi's death threw the investigation efforts into disarray, allowing Ayame to evade capture, after which she acquired various address registers and phone books and systematically killed the people listed in them. Unsuspecting victims could be safe at home, only to suddenly have their limbs severed. The strange deaths shook society to its core. So who did she resurrect then? Yeah, she is brutal, jeez. Phew. That's just one ending though. I get the feeling there's more. But all things must come to an end, and so in time the killings stopped. Sometime after the killings, a modern-day genius, female ukiyo-e artist burst onto the art scene. She introduced herself as the mysterious mad paintress, and her fame grew quickly as she presented one incredible work after another. Praised as the modern reincarnation of Katsushika Hokusai, she quickly made her own mark on history. Fate Grand Order. Although in Fate Grand Order it's actually Hokusai's daughter that you play as, and not Hokusai himself. So, Ayame's bad ending. There's still a little bit more to do, I think. There's something weird here, though. This looks darker than... Let me just check something very quickly. So it says end there. Nothing in there. Paper, blah blah blah. Yeah, I know the dark ones are done. I just want to double check something, though, that's all. Just make sure that I've actually got everything on this. It's interesting that they don't actually check mark when you actually investigate stuff. Yeah, so I'm guessing this is fine. Yeah, I'll consider it fine then. Right, so that's 1, 2. So that's 1, and it's not an ending though, but yeah. That's an ending. That's an ending. That's an ending. 3. Of course she would have resurrected Hokusai as a woman. Yeah, I mean, we'll see though. So... There's something about this. Oh, hold on, that actually carries on. That's interesting. shit. Let me just speed through this. Oh. Yeah, I need to reload the autosave. What time is it? Okay, yeah, the autosave isn't too bad. Oh, here, okay. So... My father? Your father, the chief inspector. I met him not too long ago. Should I just kill her? Huh? Ma'am, please think this through. Get set on fire! Unhinged but dead anyway, yes. Ma'am, why? It was the only way. Richter. Could we settle any outstanding tabs now? Yeah, sure. I mean, the house is on fire now, so I don't know how that's gonna help. Some days later. Amamori, you got a moment. Amamori? Of course, what is it, Mr. Richter? I was just curious. Have you heard of the legend of the mother who prayed to the Sumida River and resurrected her dead child? What are you on about? The mother searched so desperately for her abducted child that she lost her mind. Her son was found dead in Sumida River, so she then built a mound and continued to pray there until... Her son somehow emerged from the mound, back from the dead, or so the legend goes. No, so she actually revived him. And I heard it's being adapted into a no play too. Interesting, and? Well, it just had me thinking that legends really do exist. Sorry to ask again, but... What are you on about? No idea. So she revived her son then. Tons of money from the insurance cost. Well, the thing is, though, G, you have to remember that in Ayame's ending, she apparently had enough, or rather, she had enough, like, to revive somebody recently, but she was aiming to revive Hokusai, who's, like, been dead for hundreds of years, so she needed even more. That and, the soul dregs from the one-sided read which Nejima had probably added up to the correct amount as well. Interesting. How many endings is that? No, is that 4? Visit Sumida Tourism Office. Come to a haunted city. God. This game is actually pretty good though. Like all the different stories are pretty nice. Never mind, it is what it is. Welcome to my office. Might be small and dirty, but welcome. Come on, Ernestine, say hello. Who the hell's Ernestine? Oh, the bird. That's it, good girl. Oh, that boy over there, that must be... Hey kid, I'm a private investigator. I worked with your mother not too long ago. Oh. What's that? You want to be an investigator when you grow up too? That's great. It's so much better than becoming a police officer. Hey, I'm Amori. Don't you tell the kid to give up on his dreams. I think it's a great idea. Why don't you bring us all some tea instead? Pardon me. Let's start over. What brings you to my humble office today? Ending 3. Hadaway's legacy. Yeah. Richter finally got that assistant he wanted. Okay, so why are you lit up still? Do I have to get all the endings for this? Alright. So I guess I need to admit being a curse bearer, but talk about tobacco? Do you smoke? Yes. Oh, I set her on fire already. Whoops. So I guess I have to wait, I think? Speed run! Right, hold on a minute. No, that's not it. Right, so Haraway admits being a curse bearer. I do talk about tobacco, but I don't kill her immediately, is that it? Do you smoke? Oh, well, a little. Feel free to smoke if you want to, please. I'm okay, I don't see any ashtrays out on display either. Does no one smoke in this family? A little rare, isn't it? Nobody in the family does. Then why did you ask me if I did all of a sudden? Well... Ah! Did you try to use your curse just now? Seems I didn't meet your curse's conditions. I wonder if it was smart to secretly toss the lighter I was carrying earlier. When did... You made a mistake when you decided to ask me about smoking. If a source of fire is the condition for your stone, then you won't see me falling for it now. You wasted your chance with all this chatter. All you needed to do was activate your curse first. Brought everything Nejima had on him, including the lighter he was holding. But it's over now. Yes, I concede. Alright. Your father, Chief Inspector. I met him not long ago. Oh, really? Came off a little stiff and awkward. Ah, there's a surprise. But there was something charming about his seriousness, and he seemed like he cared a lot about his daughter. Please cut it out, it's gross. You don't know a thing about us. Outsiders shouldn't butt into another family's affairs. Though he may as well be a stranger to me now. Even if you've cut legal ties, you're still related by blood. Huh? We're not related at all. Huh? He probably thought that I never noticed it, but it wasn't hard for me to figure out that I wasn't related to them by blood. So you were adopted? Well, I got curious, so I looked into it. It was all pretty straightforward. I was a baby when they took me in. All they did was raise me. My mother first got pregnant shortly after she married. But it was a stillbirth. The whole affair left a deep wound on her heart. My father couldn't bear to see it. It was for her sake that he did it. I was a substitute, a replacement for the child she lost. He decided that all by himself. He didn't discuss it? Maybe he was trying to be thoughtful. So any baby would have been fine as long as it would have comforted the woman who hoped to become a mother. Putting it in such a way. Not easy to raise a child. My mother was bewildered. Wouldn't you be? After being told to raise a baby that wasn't your own? But she couldn't just abandon the baby either. Yet my father just left everything to my mother and never lent a hand. He is so damn selfish. The two of them grew apart. I watched them try to figure out how to understand each other, and the sight of it disgusted me. It's a messed up family, I tell you. Well, I guess my presence was to blame for that rift to begin with. Shouldn't say that. I know he's bad at expressing himself and has his work, but still, that shouldn't be an excuse. But knowing all that, I couldn't take it anymore. It just made me want to hurry up and leave home and live on my own. I was still relying on him for tuition and allowance, but that much is normal for most kids, right? I don't want him to start acting like he's my father now because he's doing the minimum. I'm sorry to hear that. It sounds like it was tough for all of you. I'm sorry, you're right, it's not my place to talk about your family. Oh well, I may have said too much. But at least I don't need to worry about activating your conditions. It's because I've just done it already. How did you kill Fumichika Nejima? I'm not telling you. I only ask because it does concern me. It was one of the reasons my child was kidnapped. There's not much to say. We talked and he cleared the conditions for my stone. Did he show any signs of remorse over his past crimes? Didn't feel like he did, no. I see. The world is full of trash men, I tell you. That's... I agree. Richter agrees. In a way, I guess you could say he put a stop to Nejima's mass murder schemes. About that. There's no guarantee I won't do it myself. Huh? I picked up his curse stone of the one-sided reed. It really is something else. Unfortunately, I can't use a curse stone that's not mine until it's late at night. Really? Are you okay with telling me that? Yeah, it was silly of me. I let that slip. Teehee. What is your wish, Ayame? Is it really to resurrect Katsushika Hokusai? Yes, there's no life that holds more value than his. Including my own. You're saying you'd be willing to die if it meant bringing Hokusai back to life? Not all life is equal. At least, not to me. A life that can birth art with the power to move hearts is infinitely more worthy. Compared to that, the life of someone like me, someone that can't produce a thing, has no value. That's unhinged. I'm still young. It's the age for wild thoughts. But aren't you the same as me? What? You've got a life more important than your own. A life you consider more important than the lives of many others. That's what you're doing it all for, isn't it? You're right. If I can save my son, I couldn't care less about my life or the lives of others. Who's unhinged now? I'm a mother, it is what it is. Dang, the feelings of a proper parent are something else. But if that's your wish, then what do you plan on doing if you don't get your wish? Oh, I haven't thought of it. I might just keep on trying to bring Hokusai back some other way. You really are obsessed. She's a little bit out of it, like... You and Hihaku's chairwoman might be cut from the same cloth. Who's that? He's like an all-powerful vortex of obsession turned to yokai-level proportions. You're saying I'll end up like her? Are you looking forward to such a future? I'd rather not have to wait until I'm old and creaking. I want it to happen now. I'll put my life on the line for Hokusai. I'm sure you will. Alrighty. With your cards on the table, you're out of options. It might be possible for Mr. Investigator there to pin me down by force. But he's not going to do that, is he? Correct, I won't take that risk. Not while your curse's conditions are unknown. Coward. Came to kill you and acquire your soul dregs, but after hearing you out, I got a question for you. Why don't you just give up on the right of resurrection? You said it was your son, right? The one you want to bring back? But haven't you done enough? I'm sure your son is content knowing you cared for him this much. I'm truly willing to die to resurrect Hokusai, but you can't say the same, right? If you're gonna bring your son back, you have to be alive as well, right? In fact, what you really want is for both of you to live, right? Yes? Well, even if you both live to see it, and your son would grow up knowing you for who you are, someone who stole the lives of others to bring him back. You'll be putting the burden of shouldering all the lives sacrificed of him on his little shoulders. Are you really okay with that? Ugh. If you didn't even think about that, then what you're doing is not for your son. It's for yourself. Aren't you just bringing him back to fulfill your own desires? That's not... Ma'am? What she's saying may be harsh, but holds a kernel of truth. Don't reduce yourself to nothing but a mother who would sacrifice anything for her son. But that's not... We discovered the truth behind his kidnapping. Next, you should take some time to come understand your own feelings. I'll help you every step of the way. Getting to the heart of things is what an investigator does. What will you do? Ma'am? If you relinquish the curse stone to a curse bearer, you will no longer be a curse bearer. You won't be a target anymore. Ayame is giving you a chance. Think hard and then give your answer. Give it up. Give it up. Very well. Here. Thanks. Glad you could see reason. Ma'am, you made the right choice. Dang, you really didn't collect any soul dregs, huh? Promised myself that if I ever used it, it would be only once. But in the end it didn't come down to numbers. So they only need to be carrying a flame? That seems pretty practical. Well, I'll be taking my leave then. There's no point in going after you for soul dregs, so I'm off to the next curse bearer. Do you know who remains? The father. You speak as if you've already figured it out. I've got a pretty good idea from our talk. What will you do? You plan to stop me? It's not my place to intervene. Alright then. Hey lady, can I borrow your phone? I don't mind. But who are you calling? The cops? I think it'd be faster if I called them directly. Of course she's gonna call Dad, isn't she? There we go. Right, so we've got conclusion. Tsutsumi and Area continue their investigation, deciding to meet with Ayame Tono to get to the bottom of it all. What will be the conclusion to the curses of the 7 mysteries of Honjo, to the Seiman and Ashino's intertwined fates? Hey, how long has it been since we saw each other? 3 years? How have you been? I think the last time was when you came to see me after deciding to go to university. That wasn't because I wanted to see you, I just needed money to pay my tuition. Huh, not one to mince words, eh? Came alone, right? Yeah, it's just me. You make it sound like I'm handing over ransom money for hostages. Just don't want to get caught, okay? Alone. Never thought I'd see the day that you called the police. There's something I needed to see you about. Well, alright then. Got a lot to talk about, so let's go through things one by one. I don't see any stickers. Guess there are none. The sun is starting to dip down on the horizon. This long, long day is about to end. We don't have to worry about Nejima's threat anymore, but I sure didn't expect this to happen. She sure has changed over the past 3 years, got more of a grown-up air about her. Hard to believe she's the same little girl who would get omelette all over her face when we took her out to eat. Wait a minute, is that how far back I have to go for a happy memory together? No wonder she hates me. He called the police asking for me by name and demanded that I come meet her here alone. They asked if I wanted the team to set up a perimeter but had them stand down. Sure, she might make a run for it, but I don't want her panicking if she has a curse stone. Besides, I'm not trying to take her in by force. I don't see any stickers. Where? I think you're just full of shit. Anyway. I overwrote the ghost meteor, it's fine. I'm sorry I couldn't save you from Nejima. Are you hurt? Wow, I didn't expect that from you. Huh? Thought you'd just start questioning me before you bothered to ask how I'm doing. Ah. Well, I am still your father. Oh, maybe boss can handle this after all. I'm fine, I managed to get away somehow or other. Right, I'm glad. Let's ask about her mother next. How is she? Yasuko, I mean. Mom? I haven't kept in touch with her. I've been on my own this whole time. I'm sure you reached out to her though, haven't you? I did call this morning actually, just to make sure she was safe. She's been running around all over the place looking for you. Sounds like she's fine to me. Did you contact her after I called the police to tell her you heard from me? I did not. Well, I've heard you're into nightlife and staying out late these days. Didn't want her to worry more than she already has. You'll want to talk. Can I ask you one thing? Do you know anything about the talisman Michiro Shiraishi had? Michiro Shiraishi? From the car crash you were in with that Nakigami guy. Oh, with Yutaro? Yeah, it was there. Yutaro? That sounds like... So, you and him were... I mean... not really. He was kind of a boring guy. What? You're serious? But he said... no, you're getting off track, Mr. Tatsumi. The talisman! Get back to the talisman! We shouldn't have relied on him for this. Well, if you don't plan on seeing him again, it doesn't matter. But with the hit-and-run case on top of everything, you're really in deep. Is that really what you wanted to talk about? Yeah, I mean, no. Tell me about the talisman. Did you take it from the scene? You mean this? That's it! Picked it up at the scene of the crash. I didn't want to leave fingerprints behind. That's all? There's really no other reason? What's the big deal? Is it really that special, this whole thing? Yeah, it's real important. Would you mind giving it to me? Important? For what? For putting a stop to the curses of the 7 mysteries. Oh! That means if I give you the talisman, I won't be able to use the right. Then no way, I'm definitely keeping it. Ugh, screwed that one up. Mr. Tatsumi, you really can't do better than that. Come on, the talisman! It's alright, we can get it. Will you give me the talisman? What? No way, I can't lose the right. Alright, fine. You have a curse stone, don't you? I do. You wouldn't happen to feel like handing it over, would you? The police will handle any damages the curse caused. Now, before you do any more wrong with it, I'm not giving it up. Of course not. Me being a curse bearer, are you after my life? That's exactly what I'm here for. I didn't come to chat. You can talk all you want, but as soon as the condition for my curse is met, I'll use it, no hesitation. Or do you have more than one? How many curse stones do you have? 3. Not that it matters. 3, huh? I'm not handing them over. Well, of course you're not. Why are you willing to go so far for the rite of resurrection? What do you want with it? Even if I told you, you wouldn't understand. You just call it stupid and dismiss the idea completely. Come on, I wouldn't do that. Maybe together we can think of a way to get what you want without resurrection. I want to bring Katsushika Hokusai back to life. Hokusai? What, Hokusai, the ukiyo-e artist? That Hokusai? You want to bring him back to life? That'd be quite the feat, huh? That's... you... I heard you liked his art, but why would you do something so stupid? See? Gah. The only time I ever felt like there was a place I belonged was when I was immersed in the dreamlike world of ukiyo-e. Though I'm sure you never noticed. Really, I had no idea. It saved me. Hokusai is the reason I'm still alive today. I didn't know you felt so hopeless. You would only realize it now, but it's too late. Feeling sorry won't do either of us any good. From the moment I heard about the rite of resurrection, I knew that was my destiny. If this is all I ever accomplish, I'll die happy. You're really serious about this. Then I'll put this bluntly. Did you kill Nejima? And if I did, would you hide me from the police? Well, I don't know if I... That's what I thought. Your job is the only thing you really care about. Yes, I did it. You... I don't think he even knew I was a curse bearer. He brought me to these gardens and I realized while he was talking to me that he fulfilled the condition of my curse. So I just gave it a shot. Didn't think it would actually activate. So there's no going back now. That's not true. You can still make things right before you make them worse. Then let me say it another way. This is my chance and I won't throw it away. Your chance? Did Nejime say anything to you? He said a lot of bad things about you, that's for sure. Yeah, not surprised there. He said a lot of bad things about you back. I didn't want to be outdone. Harsh? In that sense I felt just a little like he was my kindred spirit. No, kindred spirit? What are you talking about? He's a dangerous criminal. But I'm a murderer now too, aren't I? Maybe we're not so different. Look. No, you're different. Am I? Well, maybe not that different. But at least you're honest. No, I know I haven't been the best father. But I wonder, of all the fathers in the world, are there any who wouldn't cover for their child if they committed a crime? How should I know? You're the detective here. You must have seen plenty of cases like that. Yeah, plenty of parents take the fall for their children, or give them a place to hide. As a person it's wrong, but maybe as a parent it's the right thing to do? I don't know. But I think having a father like that would make it easier to go to him for advice if I did do something wrong. Maybe there's a sense of security in knowing that no matter what happened you'd have at least one person on your side? I see, so that's what it would take to be on your side. I can't do that. That's okay, I wasn't really expecting you to. So Nejime really didn't tell you anything? Not really, no. I think I've let you talk enough. Mind letting me have a turn? By all means. You're hiding something. You're hiding something from me, aren't you? Fuck. Let's say I am. Well, sure, you can't live as long as I have without having a secret or two. Of course you'd try to dodge the question. Now then, let me tell you how my curse stone, the Taiko of Tsugaru, works. What? My curse bludgeons to death anyone I find out is hiding something from me. So if you try to cover something up that I know is true, I'll be able to use my curse on you. Yeah, so hers actually activates by lying as well. With that in mind, can I ask you one more thing? I get it, why you wanted to see me. Let me tell you one thing first. Evergreen Beach has a similar condition. How can you use my curse stone on anyone who tells me a lie? What? How is that fair? And you'd use that curse on me? As an officer of the law, it's inexcusable, but as a parent with a duty to his child, I have no other choice. Are you threatening me? Do you really think that's enough to convince me to do as you say? I don't want to use it either, but for your sake, I suggest you try not to lie. Go ahead then, if I lie, so be it. Okay, I'm gonna ask. If you try to hide it now, you really will die. Am I your real daughter? I'm just a baby you picked up to replace your stillborn, aren't I? And you could never bring yourself to tell me who my real parents were, so you kept hiding it. Still too much of a coward to tell me, huh? You don't like the truth, so you won't admit it. That my real parent is the man I was just with. Ayame? Is that all you have to say? Then I only have one answer for you. You are honestly and truly our daughter. Nothing more, nothing less. Even now you're still trying to hide it? Why, are you really that stupid? No, she killed him. Why is your pride worth dying for? Should have known. Why? Why go this far to hide it? Ayame, listen. Huh? How? Ayame, be proud no matter what happens, you are our precious daughter. No way, how are you still alive? Wow, he's actually still alive, jeez. Don't know what that piece of shit Nejima filled your head with. But you're not Shino. And you're not Ashino either. You're our daughter, Ayame Tsutsumi. Alright, I guess it's Tono now. Well, that's fine too. Tsutsumi, Tono, both will always be part of who you are. But what? Why are you doing this? That's not true. The curse proves that it's not. Sure, you probably don't have many memories of us playing together. And I did leave everything at home to your mom, and I was barely ever there for you. Even so, when I was working, no matter how grisly a crime scene I was at, all I ever wanted was for you to grow up to be happy. That's it. But why say all of this now? So do one last thing for me. I want you to tell me the truth too. And if you lie to me now, I'm taking you with me. Stop! I can't! The mastermind behind all this is the one who awakened the curses of the 7 mysteries in order to use the right. Wasn't you, was it? No, I wouldn't even know how to do that. And picking up Michio Shiraishi's talisman was just coincidence, right? Huh? Yeah, I already told you that. Ah, good. Hearing that, I can rest easy. You're nothing like Nejima. You can stand on your own 2 legs. You can keep living without escaping into a fantasy. You can hate me, you can dream all the crazy dreams you want. Just don't ever stop trying to be good. You're a victim of your curse too. It's not too late to atone for the hit and run for using the curse. Don't run away. You can still make things right. I know you can because you're my daughter. And after that, just live the best life that you can. Dad? Boss? Boss? That day at 6:18 PM, Ayame Tono was taken into custody. Tetsuo Tsutsumi's death was confirmed at the same time. 5 curse stones possessed by Tsutsumi as well as 3 given up by Ayame lost their curse bearers. This temporarily extinguished their spirit power, allowing Mio Kurosuzu to obtain them and seal them away without difficulty. The Yin talisman possessed by Ayame Tono was recovered and entrusted to Mio Kurosuzu as well. Thus, any massacre that could potentially be caused by this iteration of the curses was prevented before it could ever happen. Or so it seemed. So the Taiko kills by bludgeoning someone who is discovered to be hiding something from the curse bearer. Deep sound of the drums once more reverberates through the night air. How long has it been since we started hearing them each day? Could it be coming from the daimyo's residence? I heard they have a drum in their fire watchtower instead of wooden clackers, but I don't see a fire. So why are they sounding the drum? Then one morning a body was found. Isn't that old man Kanzo, the ukiyo-e painter? Of course she would have this one, considering this. Ukiyo-e painter. He lived nearby but had been down and out for years despite his best efforts to sell his works. Every now and then his granddaughter would visit and he would teach her to paint. It was the old man's only pleasure. One day his granddaughter told him about her dreams, curses, souls, resurrection. Hearing her tale, the old man was gripped by sudden zeal and began to paint with great fervour. His work quickly became famous, enchanting all those who had viewed the strange imagery. Even the daimyo had taken notice. What could possibly have happened? The people whispered amongst each other. It looked almost as if he had been beaten like a drum. Fascinating. Oh yeah, we never actually read the one for the one-sided read, did we? Kills by dismemberment, one whose face, address, name, age, occupation and location are all known by the curse bearer. That's actually very, 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 very specific. Okuma was a lovely woman. She was spirited, worked hard, and lived a frugal yet pleasant life until her husband hanged himself. My husband, a swindler? Who would believe such a thing? Okuma was determined to clear her husband's name. That is when she met Tomezo, a man that was a stranger to these parts. This man must be one of daimyo's spies. Appears that after my husband I will be next, so be it, but what is he hunting for? Okuma, putting on the airs of a woman mourning her husband, went to the bridge nightly to seek information from Tomezo. She soon discovered that she was right, and that her husband had been deceived. Okuma decided to bring her newfound knowledge to the daimyo, much to Tomezo's alarm. Angered at having been misled, he confronted her on the bridge, but Okuma would not listen. She cursed him, called him vile names, and eventually his patience had worn thin. Blood splattered everywhere, and by the time he returned to his senses, it was already too late. He looked over the bridge into the river of blood below and saw the corpse of a woman missing both an arm and a leg. Okay. Sorry for keeping you out so late, Mia. I can't take my mind off the curse bearer who was never found. Also, it's no problem for me. I usually work at night anyway. So yeah, there's still one curse bearer with the whatever it's called. Fucking keep forgetting its name. The Whispering Canal, that's it. That one is still unaccounted for, so we don't know where that is. Did you see Yako home safely? Yep, well, we sent her home in a patrol car earlier. Apparently she put up quite a fuss saying she wanted to see things through to the end. Thank you, the Feast of Shadows was starting to take effect, so it would have been dangerous. Surroundings? 8 PM. With no one around, this place is silent as the grave. No one wants to go out at night in these parts after everything that's happened over the past 2 days. Nothing there. Bag on the floor. Whoa! Hello. Which one's that one? Budgie Mary. That's a good name. Right, so this is just Mio, is it? It's a little bit sus like being outside at this time of night with a high school girl. Oh! What's wrong? Next is Detective Aereo? What? I can't get my mind off the remaining curse though in the Whispering Canal, and who the mastermind is. But we have to deal with that thing before I can worry about any of that. How's it going with the two talismans? Have you figured out the location of the Record of Fate's Yin scroll? I have, more or less. When I combine the contents of the 2 talismans, they formed a seal which could be undone. The things inside the talismans that looked like scraps of wood were actually a tiny scroll kept folded up by the seal. Who'd have thought the talismans actually contained the scroll itself? So that's the Yin scroll then. What's it say? Well, there's one more seal we have to undo to open the scroll. It's giving me some trouble, so I was actually hoping you could help me out. Okay, unlocking the seal. Got it. Sure thing. I don't know what I'll be able to do, but let me at it. Wow, I didn't expect you to be so eager to help. It's oddly reassuring. Okay, let's see. There are 5 seals holding the scroll shut. I think we may have to remove them in the correct order. Okay, so you have to select 5 things. Each seal has a different design. A carp, a light, a beech leaf, a taiko drum reel. Let me just make a note of this. Blah, blah, blah. Right, so carp. Come on, why'd you do that in heading size? Okay. Carp, beech leaf. Taiko no Tatsujin. A light and a reed. A carp, light. Beech leaf, Taiko reed. What's the order then? Remove the 5 seals in the right order, okay. If we get it wrong, is it going to, you know, go boom? Huh? No, we just have to try again. I tested it once already. Oh, you already tried it yourself. So brave. I think it's devised so the seal can only be undone if the curses for the right have already been unleashed. I think there's a hint to opening it hidden in something related to the curses. Just let me know when you're ready. So what was that? Guess it makes sense for such an important document to be sealed so tight. It might help to talk things over with Mio if I get stuck. Okay. Consult with Mio, right, so it won't explode or anything, so I might as well give it a try. I see, okay. Consult. Right, so let me just read this. Right. Can only be undone if the curses for the right have already been unleashed, and I think there's a hint to opening it hidden in something related to the curses. See what she says first. Is it the order that they were used in the story? Can't be, right? Because the taiko was used like pretty late. Yeah, I know that, G. Plus, I'm thinking out loud here, so... Can't be order, because taiko was used last, so... I mean, it's not like she gave us a clue or anything like that, so... Hold on a minute. That doesn't say anything. Let's just check all of this, just to see. Curse stones. These are nice pictures, though. Seven mysteries. Most famous of the seven mysteries? Canal, procession, beckoning light, clappers. No? Wait a minute. That's not the order that it's written there in the canal, procession. Beckoning light. That's the foot washing machine. Inside a reed. Weird. Let me just check something. Oh, so that's the lantern. Okay. Not the order that these happened in, is it? Hidden at something related to the curses. Alright, no, I don't think it would be location. There's a spirit board in here. Oh, that's culture, society, isn't it? I guess I'm talking about Foxeye, occult craze. Hmm. Hidden scroll. No, management murders. Known curse bearers. No, we know that already. I really can't think of where it could be, you know. It doesn't look like it's in any of the notes, unless I'm missing something fairly obvious. Yeah, it seems very obscure. Well, it's got nothing to do with that. That's got nothing to do with that. I wonder. I really can't think, you know. Yeah, because that clue is like kind of cryptic. Hidden in something related to the curse. I just dump a save here. Oh, okay, so you can't actually save it at that point. Alright. Alright, let's just do it anyway and see what happens. Pick at random. Let's just go top to bottom and see what happens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think that was right. Nope, no good. Okay. Do you recognize any of the things on these seals? They sort of look familiar. Maybe there'd be something in our files. C, okay. Can't see shit. really. That's even more cryptic than anything else. Hold on a minute. Wait, why is that got that red triangle all over it? Session. A beckoning light. Clappers. Why does the beach not have anything there? Hold on a minute. Drum? Nope. Nope. I don't think it's the rope. Oh, come on. Yeah, this seems a little bit cryptic to me. Nothing in the files. It's definitely not the birds. Yeah, you'll definitely get more hints the more you try, but yeah, this is kind of weird. I don't think it's the nothing on the ropes, no. Not the drags, the fate. Feast of Shadows. And just try one more time. So let's go upwards instead. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think that was right. Nope, no good. Oh, the seals look like some of the Cursed Stone's designs. That must mean there's some order to the 7 mysteries of Honjo that correspond to them. Let's see, okay. So there's an order to these, the actual seals themselves, is it? The stones. That doesn't help either, does it? There's an order to them? Are you referring to that or the actual graphic for them? Because there's no graphics for... there's no artwork for this one. It's the tower though. About the same, I think. Because there's the lantern at the top. I mean, it could be. So, lantern. I mean, I don't know. So you've got the Taiko, which is like right at the top. What was it? Carplight Beach, Taiko Reed. So let's go off the assumption that the carp is... that's the canal, isn't it? Right, so the light I'm assuming is the beckoning light rather than the ever-burning lantern. It could be either though, that's the only thing. Yeah, that's the thing. Is it the beckoning light or the ever-burning lantern? It's either or. Slash lantern? Question mark? Beach leaf is obviously the leaf. Evergreen beach. The taiko is obviously the taiko drum. Taiko of Tsugaru. And the reed is the one-sided reed, so if we're looking at it that way, no, I doubt it'd be color. Yeah, I mean, if it's the position of the beads, then yeah. Let's just go off the position of the beads, because it might be that by look of it, because some of them are slightly lower, or at least some of them are slightly unwrapped or whatever by look of it. I mean, we can scratch off the foot washing mansion at least. The clappers isn't part of it either. And the fool's procession, so it's just right. So let's start from top down then. So we'll go with taiko. I think the beach is probably higher than the reed, right? Yeah. What was left? Right, so taiko, beach, reed. So it's the carp, so the Whispering Canal, and either of the lights. I mean, it says specifically light then, so it's probably not the ever-burning lantern, it's probably the beckoning light. So I would probably assume that it's the beckoning light, which is lower than the canal, I think? No. No, the canal is higher than the light, so yeah, let's go with that. Let's try that. So the taiko, beach, reed, carp, light. Yeah, so let's just go over that again. So the taiko is the highest. It's like, I mean, it's probably drawn that way, but that is like probably the closest to the actual carving that the bead is. And it's the evergreen beach, which is almost the same, like a little bit lower by the look of it. Then you've got the one-sided reed, which is lower. Then you've got the Whispering Canal, which is just maybe a third down, and the beckoning light, which is about half down. So let's try that. I don't think it's color, considering you've got red, yellow, purple, like violet and orange. And then you got what's that? Bronze, black, practically, red, yellow, just to completely throw everything off. Let's go with that though. So taiko, beach, reed, carp, light. We're assuming in this case that it is the height of the bead, which is pretty dumb if it is. So taiko, beach, reed, carp, light. Hey, okay. That's a thing. Fucking bead on the rope. What the hell? Getting it in just 3 tries, that's great. Nice job. I don't know, it seems like it could have been the bead, but it might just be the way it was drawn. Just looked at which event followed which. Really? How is that a thing? Really? Is it... Are there dates for this? Hold on a minute. Oh, you are joking. Well, the thing is, though, it doesn't seem like there's a chronology that you could actually even put together for this. So Taiko, supposedly the first, then the beach. Old Man Kanzo. Oh my god. That's right, use the clappers, clack, 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 blah, blah, blah. Sound of a heavy bell. That's insane. Seriously? I mean, it's kind of hilarious that you can still do it if you guess the position of the beads, because the beads do sort of check out as well, which is really funny. Which is really funny as well. Because if you look carefully at the beads, they do check out as well for it, but yeah. But that's kind of stupid. My god. It's even easier than I thought. I just looked at which event followed which. Now we can finally read what's written inside. Let's see. Here we go. Right, it is said that Seiman Tsuchimikado, author of the Record of Fates, wrote the Yin Scroll because he feared that the descendants of those involved in the Honjo incident might become cursed and used in the collection of soul dregs for the rite of resurrection. The existence of the Yin Scroll was indicated in a postscript added to the Record of Fates, but its whereabouts are currently unknown. It is believed to have been inherited by a descendant of Seiman. Excuse me. The text has been preserved in the form of 2 talismans. Excuse me. Held by Hajime Yoshimi and Michio Shiraishi, it contains a full account of the Honjo incident, and the following is written in Seiman's hand. I bequeath this scroll to future generations to be used in the event that calamity should arise from this grievous incident. Those who seek to forestall disaster must gather these 3 items in one place to cast my rite of cleansing, and expel all rituals and curses in full. My soul, that is my curse echo. My body, that is a living continuation of my bloodline. My spirit, that is my unconsciousness. Okay. Right, this is fairly long and I don't feel like I want to read it, to be honest. But it looks like it does give you a complete order of everything. Yeah, that's quite a lot. I mean, fuck it, let's do it. During the Edo period, a chain of events that occurred around a certain resurrection spell became the basis for the 7 mysteries of Honjo. This is a story that takes place in the late Edo period. I was about to do the Bel Air thing there, but I decided not to. There was once a family that lived in a row house in Honjo. The family consisted of a Netsuke craftsman named Jinkichi, his wife Koma, and their daughter Toki. They enjoyed a poor but happy existence. One day they took in a man by the name of who claimed to be a Shimoji. Redacted, who claimed to be a Shimoji. He was on the run, having barely escaped with his life from something or another, and wound up in Honjo. The tough circumstances had left him sick and destitute. Jinkichi felt sorry for the man and decided to shelter him. The stranger was deeply grateful for the kindness and care of Jinkichi's family, as without it he would have surely died, and told them thusly on the day of his departure, "I want to give you my thanks, but unfortunately I have nothing of value." He paused, then asked, "Is there anyone you want to bring back to life?" It turned out that the man's true name was Tsuchimikado Seiman, a descendant of renowned Onmyoji, and he had been researching the fabled rite of resurrection. For his crime in unearthing this forbidden rite, he was chased out by his family, but he wrote down everything about the spell in a book named The Record of Fates while on the run. Whoever sought to perform the rite would need to kill people and gather their soul dregs. Seiman had only researched the rite out of the spirit of inquiry, but thought himself willing to use the rite if it was for the sake of Jinkichi's family. However, Jinkichi shook his head. "Sacrificing someone is unthinkable. We didn't help you because we wanted something in return, so you owe us nothing," he said, declining the unbelievable offer. Seiman bowed his head in gratitude countless times at those words and left their house. Excuse me. In the same area there lived an ukiyo-e artist named Old Man Kanzo. His art didn't sell much, but he often looked after Toki while Jinkichi and Koma were out working. Young Toki heard Seiman talk about the rite of resurrection, but being too young to comprehend it, regaled it to the Old Man Kanzo as a story of fiction. Old Man Kanzo, inspired by the story and filled with renewed vigour, put his heart and soul into his next painting. The piece, centered around the theme of resurrection, became an instant hit in town. Jinkichi, being a shrewd businessman, saw an opportunity and jumped on the bandwagon by carving netsuke connected to Old Man Kanzo's ukiyo-e. He made up stories about his netsuke, telling the people that their blessings were connected to resurrection, and his business rapidly flourished. It's pretty long, by the way. That man unknowingly left us a wonderful gift, thought Jinkichi and his family, but they were unaware of the tragedy that would soon unfold. Before long, word of Old Man Kanzo's wonderful ukiyo-e reached the ears of the local daimyo, and he was summoned to the Lord's residence. But what awaited him was not praise but cruel torture at the hands of Ashino, a female onmyoji who was in pursuit of Seiman. It was her who pressured Seiman into researching the rite of resurrection, which she secretly planned to use to preserve her beauty for all eternity. Ashino took advantage of the fact that the daimyo's heart was weak and frail following the loss of his family, and manipulated him into capturing Old Man Kanzo, the source of the recent rumors about resurrection. Yeah, it's very long. "Tell me where you heard of the rite of resurrection," Ashino demanded as the brutal beatings continued. It was said that the eerie sound of the beatings rang out like the beating of a taiko drum night after night, so that's the first one, reaching even the watchtower of the Tsugaro residence. In the end, Ashino's cruel torture secured her the information on Jinkichi's family and the existence of the Record of Fates. The daimyo sent his chief retainer to bring in Jinkichi, and the torture resumed afresh with the new captive. This time she intended to obtain the whereabouts of Seiman and the location of the Record of Fates. Jinkichi didn't know where Seiman went, but even if he did, he had no intention of telling and stubbornly kept his mouth shut. The torture was pushed too far, and Jinkichi was unintentionally killed before he spoke a word. The daimyo had Jinkichi's corpse hang from a beech tree and declared that, unable to bear the guilt of the crime of deceiving the masses with false rumors of resurrection, Jinkichi had committed suicide. Well, that's the beech, so that's the second one. This too was all part of Ashino's plan to send a message to the common folk, especially the increasing number of those who sought the rite out for themselves. Give me a second while I have a drink. Also might. Right. News of what happened to Jinkichi spread, and people lost interest in the rite, wondering if the stories of resurrection were all but a lie. But rumours that the daimyo's word was perhaps not all that truthful spread quickly when a dancer claimed to have witnessed the chief's retainer's cold-blooded handiwork firsthand, and Honjo fell into unrest once more. The chief retainer arrested the girl and proposed a deal to put a stop to the rumours. The girl was to say she just wanted attention and retract her story by saying it was entirely made up. In exchange, she would be given a most wondrous stage to perform on. When the day came, she was suffocated by the mask prepared for the performance. It's not the reed. That's the other one, I think. Unbeknownst to her, the mask had been covered in glue as part of the plan to kill and silence her. Koma never believed for a moment that her husband Jinkichi had committed suicide. She was certain someone was behind his death and asked around persistently for the names and addresses. Any other information she could find on people with connections to the daimyo. This is the read one. The chief retainer would not allow things to escalate any further and had Tomezo, a ronin who once served as a spy, go after her. However, she turned the table on him, shouting, "It was you who killed my husband, wasn't it?" Confronted with the accusation, Tomezo flew into a blind rage and cut Koma down in broad daylight. Ordered to take responsibility for his failure by committing seppuku, he exposed the daimyo's plot, so he disemboweled himself by the lantern of the soba cart used to give coded signals. So that was the lantern, was it? No, that's not the beckoning light, that's the ever-burning lantern, that one. With both her parents gone through means unbeknownst to her, Toki found herself to be all alone. This is the reed then. No, this is the Carpra, sorry, the Whispering Canal. One day late at night, she went searching for her parents and met her doom, falling into a canal where she drowned. Meanwhile, the chief retainer had made no headway whatsoever in finding Seimon's whereabouts, and an incensed Ashino decided to set fire to his residence, burning him alive. Which one's that one again? Not what that one is. Was that the, oh, flipping over. Oh, the Clappers. That's it. The Clappers. There it is, right. Yeah, that was the Clappers. Alright, so where am I? Is this it? Blah 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 blah. Right here. So silencer, blah blah blah. Coded signals, burning them alive. Okay. In truth, all those connected to those events thus far were cursed by Ashino so that their souls would turn into soul dregs upon death, which she had been collecting. All she needed to perform the rite now was to get her hands on the record of fates. Sensing that there was something serious at work behind the recent string of strange events in Honjo, Seimon returned to find he was too late. He broke down in tears when he learned of the unfortunate and unnatural deaths Jinkichi's family had met. Seimon realized it was a handiwork of Ashino. When he found their soul dregs had been collected and decided he had to prevent any further sacrifices from happening by confronting her on Honjo Bridge. What ensued was a fierce battle of spells that endured until the break of dawn, though those that did not know any better only saw what they believed to be eerie flashes and supernatural orbs of light. At the end of the long battle, Ashino had defeated Seimon and obtained the Record of Fates, but he had placed a curse upon her foot. Ashino dragged the foot, corrupted and horribly inflamed, and sought refuge at the nearby residence of a retainer, angrily demanded they wash her foot. Ashino died then and there, filled with agony and her foot cursed and rotten. Seimon too, having sustained serious wounds during the fight, died that day on Honjo Bridge, still filled with regret. However, Seimon came back to life. Knowing that there would be enough soul dregs in place during the confrontation, he had prepared a spell that would activate the rite of resurrection upon his passing. Feeling that his curiosity was responsible for the terrible tragedy that had unfolded, he was left with a keen understanding of why the rite of resurrection was forbidden, and became determined to seal it away. Indeed, the reason he'd resurrected himself was for that very purpose. However, he did not know what had become of the Record of Fates. With nothing to seal away, he instead used the remaining soul dregs to turn 9 of the Netsuke made by Jinkichi into ritual implements to be sealed away in Honjo. He placed a spell so that, should someone try to activate the rite of resurrection again, all 9 pieces will awaken at once, and to pass the whole truth of these events to future generations, he wrote everything down in the Record of Fate's Yin scroll, and passed it down to his descendants. Meanwhile, the townspeople kept silent about the incidents out of fear of being cursed. However, these occurrences were so strange that gossip about it couldn't truly be contained. Over time, the details become more and more vague as the stories grew into legends, and that is how they came to be called the 7 Mysteries of Honjo. Ah, okay. I'm actually more curious to know if this is fiction or if this is like sort of real legend. It's probably just like pure, complete fiction though, but I wouldn't be surprised if this was real and there was actually a proper account of it somewhere. Anyway, right. I see. What does it say? First is a detailed account of the tragedy surrounding the rite of resurrection that occurred in Honjo back in the Edo period. The whole story of what we call the Honjo incident is laid out clearly. That incident was the origin of the 7 mysteries of Honjo and the curses, right? Yes, the resentment of the victims of the incident turned into curses. Thanks for the bits. Which are the curse echoes? The contents are organized like an answer sheet, so it doesn't just give us the information we need. And is there anything else? Yes, here's what we've been looking for. I bequeath this scroll to future generations to be used in the event the calamity should arise from this grievous incident, it says. Whoa, he's foresaw all of this happening. And it continues. Those who seek to forestall disaster must gather these 3 items in one place to cast my rite of cleansing and expel all rituals and curses in full. My soul, that is my curse echo. My body, that is a living continuation of my bloodline. My mind, that is my unconsciousness. Wow, so if we gather these 3 things in one place, Sayman's rite of cleansing will activate and completely negate the curses and the rite of resurrection. Oh, that's it. That's exactly what we need. The 3 things are Sayman's soul, body and mind. It says the soul is Sayman's curse echo. His curse echo, so Sayman himself is part of the 7 mysteries. Now that you mention it, Mr. Araishi said something along those lines before. There's another hint written here. My curse echo holds my curse. My curse brings ruin to curse bearers. What kind of hint is that? Maybe it'll make more sense as we keep looking. But will the curse echo still appear if the curse bearer is already gone? Next, the body is a descendant of Sayman's, it seems. Wasn't Yoshimi a relative of Sayman? Oh, whoa, I know what happens here then. He and Michio Shiraishi, who had the other talisman. Both of them have already passed by the time this iteration of the curses was unleashed. Yoshimi. Oh, Hajime. Oh yeah, so that's fine. Right. Damn, that's true. What are we gonna do? This bloodline was so split up. There have to be others. Oh, there's another note here too. Where? Is it another hint? As for the body, seek not only the one who bears my blood, but one with strong spirit sense. Such an individual will be able, if a spirit attempts to possess them, to instead take control of that spirit themselves. So it says. Do you know of anyone like that? Can't think of anyone. Let's move on for now. Next is the mind. What's the difference between the mind and the soul? In paranormal theory, it's said that humans are made of soul, body, and mind. Mind is essentially thought to be part of the spirit that makes up one's consciousness, or one's self. It's like driving. The body is the car, soul is the control system, and the mind is the driver. I see. I think that makes sense. So there's a hint for finding this one too? Well, let's see. There's this. Should the rite of resurrection be activated elsewhere, so too shall my mind be awakened there. Sayman tried to seal away the rite of resurrection, but before he could, Ashino stole the record of fates. So as a countermeasure to the rite being activated, he made it so that his mind would be released from the seal. Okay, but what does that actually mean? What it means is, Sayman's mind awoke the night the rite was activated and must be possessing someone out there right now. I think I know who it is, you know. I think I know who it is, you know. Just this line here should make it pretty clear who it is. Well, it could be one of 2 people. No, I'm not saying until... Go on, chat. I know Shrapnel already knows. But go on, chat. I think I know who it could be. Sayman's mind awoke the night the rite was activated and must be possessing someone out there right now. Yeah, the hint about Sayman's curse echo is important as well, though. So the body, one with strong spirit sense. My curse echo holds the curse. My curse brings ruin to curse bearers. Curse echo. The problem is that the beckoning light does not get... Wait a minute. The thing about the beckoning light is the actual light in legend can appear anywhere, and it leads people to where it needs to go. So it doesn't have to be at Honjo, it could be anywhere. I think I know where it is. What? So we have to get that person together with everything else. Alright, so we have to find the curse echo, the descendant, and the person possessed by Sayman. Then we just get them together in one place and we'll be good to go. Right, but there is one thing. The second and third ones could both be the same person. Oh, but who could that be? It's like how Michio lost her memories when she was possessing Yako. Sayman's consciousness might not be aware of who it really is. So if he learned the truth, would he start to act of his own accord? Oh, then that person could already be... Oh, hold on a second. Someone's coming this way. Huh? Excuse me, could I interrupt for just a moment? Hello, who might this be? Would you buy this empty can of juice I just finished drinking for 10,000 yen? What the hell, Yoko? Huh? I'll even throw in these bones with some fried chicken. You can't beat a deal like this. I don't really want them. Don't say that. Come on, they're delicious. Actually, I thought I might just have a picnic right here. Won't you join me? Sorry, the fact that they've just brought Mio back in makes it very clear where we need to go next. I don't understand. What should we do? Well, it's not like we need this exact spot and we can't do anything with other people around. Let's just move somewhere else. I'm sorry, we're in the middle of something, so we'll just be on our way. Uh-oh. She had the canal. Oh dear. That's a bad end, though. I think I know what to do, though. I know where it is. Because the fact that they've brought Yoko right back at this point in time tells me exactly where I need to go next. Because remember, she does off. She disappears at the end of one of the branches. You have my heartfelt thanks for all your hard work thus far. This brings the story of the 7 mysteries of Honjo to a close. And who could have foreseen such a conclusion? Unfortunately, it seems the so-called mastermind was one step ahead of you. I know who the mastermind is! She remains hidden, leaving behind no evidence. Perhaps there is truly no way to stop her. However, should you find that this conclusion is not to your liking, hint hint, by all means please pursue a different path. You have done it once before, so I'm sure you already know how. With that said, I'll be taking my leave. I've been your humble storyteller. Good night. So, do you know where we're going yet? I think I've got all the endings, right? So that's 1. That's 2. That's 3. That's 4. That's 5. Yeah, so Haru's legacy, Ayami's inspiration, conclusion, Nejima's reminiscence, Michio's grudge. Yeah, so that should be 5. I suspect this is where we need to go. Hmm? Huh? Oh good, you're awake. What? Are you okay? You're so rattled and confused, I thought you really lost it. You feel dizzy? Have a headache? Are your humors off balance? Wait, what did you say? I think I've heard that before. You're the one who said it earlier. Oh right, that might have been it. My humors were off balance. What? Back there? You ended up like that because of your humors? Yeah, I've heard that at this age, your humors being even a little bit can be fatal. A little bit off can be fatal. I'm glad you're back to normal now. Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cause you so much trouble. Wait a minute, is this the right one? Let me just load this one. I think that's the right one, yeah? Yeah, that's the right one. It has to be this one, I think. Yeah, because there's a huge chunk missing here. Let me just speed through this dialogue for a second. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, because I think we need her to go away. Sounds like what's happened to me. Maybe this place is dangerous somehow. What? Are you backing out? Nope. Just doesn't feel safe to me and I'm worried about you. Let's call off today's investigation. Oh wait. Hold on, I think this is not where it is it? Yeah, it's not this one. Let's... I think it's this one. No. Oh, it's this one, that's right. Actually need it to be the part where Takumi shows up, that's right. Thought so. Given the hints, it has something to do with these 3 and this particular location. But they said that it was something to do with when it started up, like immediately. Yep. Hello. Huh? The hell is that? Looks like a light floating in midair, so that's the beckoning light. Does it come closer? Whoa, it's coming closer. Is this another one of the 7 mysteries? Looks like a will-o-wisp, maybe? Was there anything like that in the 7 mysteries? Touch it! Huh? Am I supposed to touch it? Yeah, I thought I saw it the last time as well. Cleansing. When the body, soul, and mind of Seiman Tsuchimikado have all been brought together, the rite of cleansing is activated, dispelling all rituals and curses that have previously been performed. So at least Shogo stays alive then. Is that it? My. Finally you've arrived at this juncture. I expected no less from you. That would mean that you have managed to bring everything to light. Though there's the possibility that you've wound up here by chance. Yeah, probably. So before I take you any further, I must ask you a number of questions. About what exactly the soul, body and mind of Seiman Tsuchimikado are. Firstly, which curse echo represents the soul of Seiman Tsuchimikado? It's the beckoning light. Ah yes, that's exactly it. After his defeat at the hands of Ashino in the Honjo incident, Seiman wandered about near Honnoji. The form of his curse echo changed over time with the legend he left behind. This is the curse echo which was acquired by Mayu Chozawa. When called forth by Seiman's body and mind, it appeared momentarily before him. Let us continue. Who served as the self of Seiman Tsuchimikado? Who is his body, his descendant who carried his blood in their veins? It's Shogo, clearly. Did I spell that right? Shogo? I think it is, yeah. Correct again. Although Shogo Okie is born to an ordinary family, the blood of a distant relative ran thick in his veins. In truth, the same is true for Yoko Fukunaga. She was also one who had the blood of a distant relative coursing through her. In her case, it was Ashino. I thought so. Seiman and Ashino fated to meet again all these hundreds of years later. Now for my final question. Who's the mind of Seiman Tsuchimikado? Tell me the name of the person whose consciousness was directly tied to his. It's me. It's me. The thing is though, he spelled my name wrong the last time, so I have to put it in the way that I put it in, right? Oh, I see. You believe it to be me? Are you saying you believe it to be yourself? Are you certain? Yes, yes, you are correct. Finally, you have remembered. Yeah. The reason why he spelled my name wrong the first time was he's trying to, you know, what's the word? Misdirect us. It has to be put in properly. If you put it in the way that he thinks it is, then you get it wrong and you have to do it all again, I think. Seiman's consciousness, awoken by the curses and the rite of resurrection. Remember as well that the consciousness was awoken at the very start of the game. That's us. Such a good game. All fourth wall breaking is pretty clever in this game. That's really good. However, having lost your memories, you forgot about the duty assigned to you. This is, if I may say so, where I played my part, guiding you through the events of this story. As your consciousness was all that was left of you. You manipulated time and space by the way of the story chart, aka, you know, jumping from vessel to vessel, and manipulated your host's actions by whispering commands into their ears. Yeah, that's the other reason why it feels like fucking we were the consciousness in the game as well, because we were like not only time jumping but also helping them out with little bits, like for example the fax number was one of them. And throwing away the lighter was the other one as well. Yeah, as well. It's actually really cool, you know. In doing so, you were able to get the full picture of what needed to be done. But at one point, while still unconscious, you managed to remember your duty. The so-called mastermind behind these events, the one who awakened the right and the curses, was Yoko Fukunaga, descendant of Ashino herself. You unconsciously activated your curse and killed her. Oh, Yoko's dead! RIP! Oh, is that what happened the first time? Yeah, because this is linked to the timeline where we go on a killing spree, if you remember correctly. Where she dies? How interesting that she awakens Seiman's consciousness at the same time as the curses. That was the one and only time she could have been stopped. Ah, but due to influence on Shogo Okie's will, Yoko Fukunaga was brought back to life. Using the story chart to undo a death. Ah, that's how it did it. So it actually ties into the gameplay mechanic as well. I led you to believe that it was the work of the Rite of Resurrection itself. But as it turns out, seeing what would transpire if the mastermind was not killed at the outset is what ultimately revealed the way to put an end to the curses for good. There were certain things which would have answered all your questions had you noticed them. For example, even while under your control, Shogo Okie willingly used his curse. Whoops. When asked you early on how many Shogo Okie had killed, this is what I meant. Had you not used the curse, Shogo Okie would have done so of his own accord. Furthermore, Mayo Shozawa was able to recall information which only you knew. She was able to do this because she was connected to you through her curse echo, the beckoning light. Okay. So Yoko, descendant. In truth, Yoko is a descendant of Onmyoji who continued to practice in modern times. Her ancestor, Ashino, attempted to steal the Rite of Resurrection in Honjo during the Edo period. Born with exceptional spirit sense, Yoko learned about her own ancestry while researching her roots and was disappointed to find a bloodline had fallen into mediocrity. So that's why she's so interested in the occult. She became consumed with the ambition to restore her family's lost glory through her own powers and devised a scheme to succeed where Ashino failed and perform the Rite of Resurrection. That's probably the other the female voice that gave the Record of Fate to the other guy, the researcher as well. Because if you remember, not him, the Araishi, someone appeared to him like in the dead of night and told him to research or do something with it, and then gave him the Record of Fates, but he didn't catch a glimpse of who it was, which is why a lot of us, like I would assume a lot of people probably assumed it was Natsue who did it, but it couldn't be, I think. I mean, there was the possibility that could have been Natsue, Ayame maybe as well, and obviously Yoko. Because Mayu would have been, well, Mayu at that point was probably still locked up, so she could have been a suspect in it as well. It's actually pretty cool. Yeah, Natsu was debunked earlier, that's right, yeah. I mean, you don't know that at that point though, because I think when they confronted the tall guy, that was like much later. Because remember when we speak to Raishi, I think that's when he says that it was given to him then. But we don't find out that until we don't find out it was debunked until afterwards. So you still have that suspicion that it could have been Natsue, and I think I remember saying it might have been her, because I thought it was her like originally, because you don't really see much of her Like in the game, she's just there in the background. Yeah, exactly. So all of that is like misdirecting it away from Yoko, who like disappeared super early into the game. Never to be seen again. But then again, I also did say that it's a little bit questionable why she still has Curse Echo question mark right there. And also the reason, also why we find Shogo's dead body in the park as well. Pretty devious. Anyway, now allow me to ask you one last question. If you knowing all that you know now, had the ability to resurrect one life, what would you do? I wouldn't want it. I would destroy it. Oh, I see. That was Seaman's original intention. I apologize for leaving it out of the options when I first asked you this question. Now it is time to bring things to a close. Upon your arrival here, the rite of cleansing was activated, dispelling all other rituals and curses. Look upon the fruit of your efforts. And then we shall leave this world behind for good. Thank you, truly, for all the work you have done. Yeah, good visual novels have a really convoluted story, as we've learned. Not just this, but some of the others we've played as well. Ah, that's what happened? I can't believe it. I finally understand. Of course she's dead. Yeah, I was the one who did that to Yoko. The blood of the Onmyoji that's inside me broke into my consciousness and gave me that curse. Yoko was after the rite of resurrection. She was the one who awakened the curses of the seven mysteries and cast the Feast of Shadows. And the only way to stop all of it was to put a stop to her here. Otherwise, the rite of cleansing might have been negated too. I wonder how much of it was really her doing all these things. Yoko. Guess that explains why I felt like it was fate when all this started. Though she didn't seem to notice. I guess things were always destined to end like this from the moment we met. I wish we could have met under different circumstances. No point in thinking like that now. God, I need a drink. I'm thinking a Moscow Mule, or 2, or 3. Are you just gonna leave the dead body there? I mean, I guess we did call the police, or the ambulance or whatever at this point in time, so... So Haruo. Ma'am, what is it? Ah, just a dream. Seems that it was all just a dream. I dreamt that there was such a thing as the rite of resurrection. Just a dream? Sorry to say it, but there isn't. Right, of course not. But even if there is no such thing, I promise you that I will get to the bottom of the kidnapping. In fact, I've happened to find a very important lead from over a year ago. Something that's evaded our reach until now. An eyewitness from the scene of the kidnapping. I see. So their storyline continues on as normal. Whoa, what the hell is this? The medical unit told me to get down here. What happened? As I was looking into Yoshimi's death at the former Yasuda Gardens, another body was discovered at a different park in the area. Could they be related? Sure looks like it, but... Excuse me, we found this among the victim's belongings. Thought you might want to know. What's this? Did they find the curse stone? What? What the hell? Boss, look what was in the female victim's address book. Yoshimi's phone number and photo. Oh, so she killed him, of course. What? And the picture. There's an X drawn on it and a bunch of weird symbols and a hole where his heart would be. Occult symbols! No. You think, I mean, could this be some kind of curse or something? How many times do I have to tell you not to try to connect everything to the occult? Damn it, is this a Nakagoshi case after all? What was that, boss? Ah, don't worry about it. Make sure you put that photo into evidence. There's no doubt this is related to Yoshimi. Make sure you do a thorough sweep of the area. I'm gonna make a phone call. Got it, leave it to me! Spend as long as you want on the phone. Yako at 1 o'clock of all times? Mio, it turns out Michio really did die in an accident. Yeah, if we ask around we might be able to get a little more information. I guess there never really was such a thing as the rite of resurrection. But I did feel like there was a spirit watching over us. Damn it, why? Nothing's happening. But now my contract won't be. No. I should never have believed in this blasted record of fates. All of you watching from far, far away. The rite of resurrection has never existed, not in any world, not in any time. I ask you to take the life you hold and move boldly forward one step at a time. No, he's still alive. Richter, Iwai's out. Do you want to question him? Hang on, Ario. I want to get enough evidence for a search warrant. Let him go for now and I'll follow him. That's the kidnapper? It all resolves nicely anyway. Yes, I'm the one who did it. So please help me. She's always following me. Of course she is. So sorry, Michio, I had no idea. What? Hajime was killed by this Yoko Fukunaga? How can that be? He wasn't the kind of guy who would just be picked off like that, you know that. Yeah, and Boss is hiding something. There seems to be some kind of secret hidden in Hajime's family tree. Let me see if I can find out what it is. I'd heard you would be absent today. Is there something you need? Nah, Jogo. Well, I seem to have this spirit sense thing all of a sudden. I know it's the sort of thing our chairwoman doesn't approve of, so I thought I'd mention it. You could have called. Didn't think you were the standoffish type. Had to find out from Iwai. Oops, sorry. Forgot all about my favorite chief inspector. The hell are you planning? You can't plan shit without a curse though. Nothing so heinous as you're thinking. I'm only Makoto Ashimiya after all. Nothing but a lowly janitor. Yeah, I'm sure. How are things with you? You getting along with your daughter? Oh, he actually decides to be a good person. Well, you know, more or less. The end. I mean, I guess it strictly wasn't true when the storyteller said that Shogo killed nobody. Because in this ending, he actually, well, technically he didn't kill her. He didn't kill Yoko. Sayman's spirit did. So I guess it is still true that Gogo didn't kill anybody. Yeah, this was a really good game. Very, very good game indeed. That's a good visual novel. Like, the story's well crafted, it intertwines really, really well, and it's actually really fun to go through. Like, it is quite linear, like it's nowhere near as convoluted as is, but in terms of the way that you play it, it's actually really, really good. Certainly enjoyed trying to figure out half of the shit in this game, and I think we got pretty lucky with the last puzzle. But that was actually really good. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that as well, because I actually think it was worth the money. Like, and I'd be pretty keen on seeing more stuff like this from Square, because this was a surprise to me. I didn't know that Square had published this until I bought it. But if they do more stuff like this would be really, really good. Yeah, that puzzle is kind of dumb, but it's funny that you can still get it if you like figure it out that way as well, which was the way I did. Yeah, I love good visual novels like this. I mean, is still probably like the best of the best that I've played so far, but this is actually really good and close second. Yeah, visual novels are a very good way for storytelling. It depends on the visual novel though. There are quite a few that are not very good, but most of the ones I've played so far have been like spot on. I mean, I've heard quite a few good things about, was it Doki Doki Literature Club as well. I have got that on my Steam, but I haven't actually played it yet. I've heard, yeah, the Nintendo Detective Story ones are good as well. I need to pick those up. But yeah, there's quite a lot of really good stories out there. Visual novels can be extremely wordy though, and it's kind of hard to narrate over the course of the game, like so. No, not Pikachu's Detective Story. This is the old Famicom Detective Stories that were recently remade for Switch. They're actually really, really good, from what I've heard. Yeah, Famicom Detective Club. There's a couple on Super Famicom actually that I might be keen on picking up. I need to get the names of them though. I've forgotten what they were. I just remember that they were played on Game Center CX a while ago, and I think they were recently translated as well. So I need to dig them up. Yeah, some good games. This game's really good though. I enjoyed this one. There we go. I think that's all of it. Yeah, Reach. Got all of the story-based achievers, but I think there's like one achievement left or something like that. No, I've got 26 of 34. Okay, so am I missing a bunch? Acquire all of our achievements, and then there's a bunch of hidden ones. So I need to do the hidden ones as well. Not many people have the hidden ones up. Yeah, stickers, Umineko, yeah, it's way too rough. I wouldn't read like Umineko or Higurashi, to be honest. I would let Textractor or something do that for me. Yeah, there's definitely one for the chickens. I mean, you can click to show the spoilers. So you can get killed by the ever-burning lantern, killed by the foot-washing mansion. Answer the storyteller's question correctly is one. Collect 15 Mockingbird stickers. Witness the death of Yako Sakasaki, which I'm sure I've done already. And acquire a complete Mockingbird sticker. So there's mainly just death sequences. That's all, which I'm kind of can't be bothered to do. Yeah, those kind of visual novels are extremely long, yeah. I'm actually kind of keen to maybe check out some other like visual novels at some point. Like, I don't have that many on my Steam at the moment, besides Doki Doki. There is a pretty good story game that I am planning on playing soon, which is called Decarnation. Don't know if anyone's seen of it or heard of it, but it looks really, really good. I actually already have that installed, and we'll probably play that at some point soon. But then there's like little like non-narrative games that look pretty cool as well. I actually want to play Yume Nikki at some point as well. Because that looks like it could be really good fun. Like sort of like dream-based puzzle-scape. And obviously we played Who's Lila previously, which was great fun. I actually really enjoyed that. That was actually kind of amusing to play. I'm just going through my Steam here to see if there's anything else. Yeah, I'll probably have to look up some like good story games on Steam to see if there's anything worth buying. Excuse me. But I would hope that they've got voice packs at the very least, because narrating stuff is like kind of hard to do over a long period of time, and I've certainly narrated quite a lot of this game already. How long have I played this for? It's apparently 18.4 hours total so far. I've seen Critters for sale, yes. There's quite a few ones actually. I need to check my store.